I'm so excited to introduce Sharon Needles. Hi, gorgeous.
Oh, hi, it's me, Sharon Needles, and you're watching USA Up All Night. I have waited almost 40 years to say that very statement. I cannot believe that I'm looking directly into the face of royalty and someone who, now, and I'm not going to get emotional here because this is a fun show. First of all, I just want to say how great your hair looks.
Wait, I'm sorry. Thank you. It's a wig. It has to be. My extensions, I'll get them back in one day. You look gorgeous.
I'm not really familiar with the art of wigs. I kind of just been naturally blessed with these tresses. But I'm just going to get this out because I know my time here is short on your show. But I really want to say the powerful person that you see in front of you is nurtured by the pop culture icons that raised me as a very depressed, very gay kid in a very small town of Newton, Iowa, growing up in the cornfields and being able to get through Silk Stockings, to get through Hitchhiker, to get through Swamp Thing and stay up all night as a 10-year-old. So I could watch the Illuminist, the transgressive, the bimbo with the brain, Miss Rhonda Shear on USA Up All Night.
I love
you. It is such an honor that you're asking me to.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am so honored because you're such a talent. I mean,
thank you. And I know you're a huge fan, and I know you're probably very starstruck right now, but I'm just a regular 40-year-old man that dresses up like a teenage woman for money. So please don't be nervous.
Wait, that's what I am. You stole my bit.
You know what the difference between Rhonda Shear and a drag queen is? No, I'm asking.
I love it. Listen, I love it. I was really, you have a lot of interviews, and I was just surfing around today, and I saw this interview that you were really inspired by horror films,
right? Because
you were bullied, and that you kind of like rooted for the kids that would bully you to go down. I love that because I was bullied. I know people don't. I mean, I was. It was like I got a lot of people wanting to beat me up on the levee. We have those in New Orleans after school. Just because, but mine was probably different. It was I was popular, and I grew breast early, but I was just a really nice kid. But the girls were really mean to me.
Right.
So
right.
I mean, I had some good friends, of course, but really mean. But the fact that you were inspired by that, and is mine. I mean, it's actually kind of fabulous. And I'm sure other people have that story, why you love horror films.
Well, and, a lot of people have the debate, do video games or violent films create violence in children? I'm a testament to say that actually they were a great artistic release to kind of wring out that sponge of internal child frustration and anger that you can't express because you're meek or you're small or you're queer or you're Rhonda Shear with really big boobs at 4 years old. But watching those types of films was usually, in horror movies, the villain is usually coming from a place of pain,
right?
Whether it be Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees, or so many other films are linked with a horror villain being linked to his own pain of not being understood and taking revenge. And I would like to think that it was movies that I saw on USA Up All Night, USA Up All Night, that stopped me from being another Columbine or stopped me from being another suicide story, because it gave me so much hope. But you, on the other hand, because I'm sure you have a lot of different fans, and I don't know how well you know that you are a GLBTQI icon.
No.
Not only queer kids watch horror movies to watch the cheerleader and the jock get slaughtered while they were bullying us at school, it was also had the juxtaposition of a bimbo with brains, that gorgeous late 80s, 90s sense of power, of hypersexuality, and especially. And it's not just me, because I talk to kids all over the world who love glamour and horror.
Oh, yeah.
You really are up there in something that really made a monumental
impact on people. I never did I know that. Never. I mean, when I created the character, they had another girl on before me and she was quite funny, but they wanted sexuality and I fought it my whole career. I mean, if they wanted the girl next door, I tried to do that and I played myself down. But then I was told by a casting director.
You played the girl next door. You played grown-up Kimmy Gibbler.
That's right. That's true.
She's literally the girl.
Oh my gosh, you're amazing.
From full house to making full-size bras. She does it all. And your hair during Kimmy Gibbler was fabulous.
Killing me.
No, I'm not killing you. That's called alcoholism. Fireball,
baby. You have to tell everybody what you told me right before we went on, because why do you drink right out of the bottle?
Oh, I just I'm so concerned about social distancing, and I want to make sure that I wear masks, such as the great mask that you're about to sell. So I drink right out of the bottle to keep everybody safe. And speaking of your products, your book really, really helped me, Rhonda. I had this coffee table that was so wobbly. And it perfectly fit underneath of it, and it is as stable as ever. So your book really can help people.
I love that. It is
stable.
It is that perfect height. It is. Thank you.
It's perfect. When I learn how to read, I'll be the first in line.
You are so funny. First of all, can I just tell you, I love RuPaul, and I always wanted to be a judge on that show because I know he loves Elvira, and I love Elvira. I have a story about Elvira that you probably don't know this story, because Sandra Peterson and I did a Happy Days. It was one of the first things I ever did. And actually, the wardrobe department couldn't find a cute enough dress for her. And I was always the one supplying wardrobe. So I always, schlepping wardrobe. She ended up wearing my dress and that. And we became friends. And I love her. I'm
gagging. Her. Yeah, Cassandra Peterson and she reminds me, I mean, you two are very different spectrums of horror hosting. But you both really created mass-marketed, false, hyper-sexualized characters that made you think. And especially in the 80s and 90s, that was a time when bimbo culture was really in. And some people would say that would be misogynist or anti your own better judgment as a female. But what it was actually truly powerful to show women.
I love that you're saying that, because the truth of the matter, if you listen to Elvira and you listen to me, there was usually something either funny or smart behind it.
I know. I have the original Rhonda Shear fan club.
I can't. I am so honored. Yes. I can't believe it. My sister and my mom helped me and ran the fan club.
Yes, and this was when you were still in New Orleans as well, because the address is still in New Orleans.
Well, that's because my mother and my sister lived in New Orleans, and I would sign everything was signed by me, but they would get in. I got so many letters that it was all snail mail that they would help me just go through things. My poor mom one time opened a letter and pubic hair fell out. Remember when people had pubic hair?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. But my wig is actually genuinely 100% human pubic hair.
Yes.
I know some people prefer synthetic. I'm a little bit bougier than that, but I can't believe you were on Happy Days with Elvira, because she's such an icon to me. And another huge icon to me was, a lot of people look up to RuPaul because she's finessed and says the right thing at the right time. Not me. I'm a button-pushing, punk rock, horror-loving drag queen. So I was more inspired by Divine, who actually right before her death got an option to be on Married with Children. And I know you have a role.
Wow, you're just blowing my, seriously, I'm never at a loss for words. You have me at a loss for words, and I'm usually funny, and I suck tonight, but you're blowing my mind. I really want to hug you and meet you in person desperately, and that will happen.
You suck tonight, and I'm blowing your mind. There's some double entendres in there. By the way, how is your head, Rhonda?
My hydroxy?
How's your head?
Oh, my head. I
say no complaints.
My head's fine. My wig's kind of hurting it. I'm not used to these wigs.
They hurt. Due to severe nerve damage, I'm unable to feel anything.
They do hurt. You are so funny. Okay, getting back, because you're making me,
you were with
you're so smart. I love that you called yourself a stupid genius, because you were so smart. And you have to be, do you write all your own music?
I don't know how to write or read, but no. Yes, I write 100% of all my lyrics. That's why they're That's why they're a little more artier. They're not your standard love lost pop songs.
Right.
But yes, I always wanted to be a
Lady
mixture
Gaga
between.
loves you. I mean, Lady Gaga, she's talked about you.
Yeah. Oh, hooray. She didn't send any money. But I really, what I wanted to be was a mixture between Marilyn Monroe and Marilyn Manson. And that was a finesse between hyper adored feminine sexuality and terrifying anti-political, button-pushing, transgressive punk rock nuance.
Wow.
And if you don't even the way I talk, if you don't notice how it has that reflection of up, and I'll even tell you this, how your voice has made it onto Drag Race. And I'm going to tell you a story you don't know.
Wow. No.
Every episode, RuPaul comes down the stairs and meets the girls. And before she lets them know who will be the guest judge on the show, she goes, and today, for our extra special guest, RuPaul told me this, is a daily nod to you.
That's so wild.
And it's
I did a few shows with her in the 90s and even in England, and we had a great chemistry. But by the way,
they allow you in England?
Yeah, and we were just over the. I used to do a lot of stuff over there. I used to do a lot of. They liked the campy. They liked the over the top. They liked my humor. So I was doing a lot of stuff over there. So we were booked on The Word, or I don't remember the name. I think that was it. I don't know why that just popped in my head.
I'm over the moon to know that you know that you're campy.
Well, here's the thing. I love sexy. So my mother always, basically, God bless her, she was a prick teaser because basically she would say, really look sexy, but don't let them touch. So if I wore like things that weren't sexy, she was really upset. Like she was beautiful, but very Southern.
That's really weird.
I loved being sexy and I loved playing that. But as you said, I liked it over the top. Also, this was a mask for me because what I did was it seemed like I would have slept with everybody, but I didn't. That's why Up All Night was as far as I went. So I used my humor and the over the top and the makeup as a defense mechanism against guys.
Absolutely.
So some guy would start to make a pass at me, I would make a joke. Nothing makes a dick go down faster than you telling a joke.
Right.
But the 80s and the 90s were horrific. Producers really did say, if you don't sleep with me, you're done in this town. They said crap like that. I had to run for my life not many times, but a few times. Enough times.
It's terrible that I'm the age I am now because I would have slept with all those drag queens.
Hey, I'm a little upset that I didn't. I'm a little upset that
I paid to sleep with them.
I know. I'm not happy, but I'm
over the moon to know that you enjoy and revel in your own tackiness and bad taste, because there's two things I don't like in this world: good taste and no taste. But I love bad taste.
I love bad taste.
And for you to understand extremes as something being fun and playful and still being
playful, and still be
a very successful businesswoman.
Well, you used to be able to be flirty. You can't because everything's completely incorrect. But I love the art of the flirt. I think flirting is fabulous. I could literally go on with you forever and ever. Wait, there was one. I have so much to talk to you about. What? Oh,
what
yes.
You mean when you were Miss Louisiana in 1975?
Looking at me. I do. Have you all ever heard me like this? Sharon has me like this. I am just super taken by you. I am just super taken for on so many levels. You're everything. You're everything I want to be in my next life.
What, 39?
39. That would be fucking, pardon me, good.
Can I tell you my favorite thing you ever said on USA Up All Night before I don't have the chance to tell you?
What?
I don't know if you'll remember this, but the commercial breaks were over. All the 10-year-old boys in the room had half hard-ons from watching the 1-800 numbers of sex calls. We all got to see what was going to be on next week's episode of Silk Stockings. And you came back and you're like, hey, boys, for the first time in USA Up All Night history, we're showing nudity. Hit it, boys. And you played the film, but it was blurred. And you came back and said, sorry, looks like the editor sneezed on the film.
That is a great story. No, I don't remember that.
And I reuse that joke in any capacity that I can.
Oh my gosh. We did 430 episodes of that show. It was a lot. It was fun. It was great. And
it was the golden age of it was, well, now is a great golden age of television, but that was such a strange, weird world. I mean, we had Pee Wee Herman. I mean, Toxic Avenger was a Saturday morning cartoon we were showing at 2 a.m. With full gore. It was just an odd, no moral time of television.
It was great. It was great. See, I love the whole 80s and the jiggle period. I loved all that. I got my boobs done for that, and now they just won't stop growing. But it was great. I mean, I loved it, and I did like making fun of it. And my way of being self-deprecating, I hid behind my insecurity.
Do you look back at the 80s the way I do? Because I was a child. So I look back at it as the way anyone looks back at their child. Probably what 80s people look back at the 50s. Like, oh, that real Americana time. Yeah. Do you look back at it as one of the most American?
You're right.
Freest, fucking no holds bar. The Reagan world was perfect, and the nightlife world was wild.
The music, the disco, Madonna, Cyndi Lauper. I mean, I loved those women.
I just wrote my manager today, and I said, I have Rhonda Shear's phone number. I'm the only person in the world that has Rhonda Shear's phone number, except for every drummer of every hair metal band from 1981 to 1993.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Sharon, will you really, seriously, I know you're very busy and I know you're in shutdown and that's why we were able
to. No, I actually have absolutely nothing to do.
No, well, I know none of us do at the moment, but
has made us do these things.
Can you just come on every now and then and maybe we can co-host something down the line?
It would be a real trick or treat. And
it would be. We should host movies. When you could be the young version.
Now see, I'm trying to get back into character, but I let my brain slip for a minute. That went to my nasal passages, that went to my eyes, that went to that place that I still am realizing that the 9-year-old me that would sneak out of my bed at night and watch USA Network to find you. Some people want to meet Tom Cruise. Some people want to meet Angelina Jolie, but it was Pee Wee Herman and Divine and Elvira and Rhonda Shear who really nurtured why I still am this batshit crazy dipshit.
You are so successful.
I'm sorry to even bring it up again.
No, I am honored. I'm thrilled. You are so successful. I'm so proud of your music. First of all, I have to get the plugs in because you know you do that as a talk show host. Tell us about. Do you have 4 albums? I know they rated very high on Billboard.
Yes, I think my first 3 records hit. I think all 3 hit #1 on the iTunes dance charts and the Billboard dance charts. And if any of you are out there trying to make pop records, always put them on the dance charts because you'll always lose on the pop charts. You'll always win on the dance charts because there's less people trying to get on them. But it's pop music, but taken to a very dark and interesting, nightmarish place, which I think is missing in pop music. But my last record, which was a record called Spoopy, which was all covers of my favorite Halloween songs. And of course, I did Dusty Springfield's Spooky, which I found out from you is one of your favorite songs.
No, it's my favorite song. It's the song I lost my virginity to.
Oh my God, that's spooky. and now, Rhonda, I don't want to hurt your feelings here, but the original song is 2 minutes and 43 seconds. So,
same thing. I'm married to the same guy. Actually, that's actually very long. The 43 seconds is more like it. No, actually, I married my childhood sweetheart, and we met at 12 and 13, and that song,
my gosh,
Classics 4, was hot. And that really is like that. They know that when I croak, that's one of the songs that has to be played at my funeral. But
that's so sweet. And that's probably something people don't think about us, that we're married and we live probably boring, mundane.
Yeah. Oh my God. I am boring. I mean, I can't imagine you being boring at any level, but I do like playing house. I didn't get married till I was 46. So I didn't get into it until later, but boy, when I got that credit card and I could shop for furniture, but I love all that.
Girl, your fucking bras and panties are flying off. They sell like flapjacks.
I'm going to send you some. We have a sexy line within our line called Up All Night, and
you better stop.
We do. So
that just made the hair raise on the back of my neck.
Oh, so I'm going to send you some hair. Thank you. She's so smart.
We didn't drink during pubic hair, but that's different.
You're fabulous. But I want to send you some things from that line so that you can wear them. I think they're really beautiful. They're really pretty. So
gorgeous. Well, no, yeah. And I don't know if you know this, drag queens really love your stuff because you have more options on sizing. You have control top.
Right.
You have sexy bras that hold. And I hope I'm not like hurting your business by Die
Are
Hard.
you kidding me?
Rhonda, I know we're a little bit on the different side of the spectrum, and I would never want to do anything that hurt your loyal fan base. But I hope they just want to celebrate men that want to wear your underwear, because when I told my drag queen and my transgendered friends that I was going on with you, they say we only wear her underwear because
I love that.
It can hold in some of the weight that us men carry in different places, and it's sexy. And for any of you guys watching, throw a pair of opera gloves and a thigh-high boot. It's an outfit.
I love that.
Yeah.
At rondashear.com. And by the way, we cater to everybody, and we get a lot. My girls that answer the phone and my customer service, they take care of a lot of guys.
Yeah.
And they help size them if they,
and we are in the middle. I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We're in the middle of civil unrest. We're in the middle of the world falling apart. But you, during Pride Month, I will tell you this, as Sharon Needles, one of the most famous goddamn cross-dressers in the world, is a GLBTQI ally and hero. And if not to me, but to so many.
You're blowing my mind.
Just gay, but gay and weird. And you really were that. You were that.
You know what? You know what's interesting is I didn't know any of that. But if there's anything more that I can do socially that you can think of, that I can be more of a statement to help young women, men, people who don't know yet. I don't know.
I mean, think about it. You're the accidental feminist. You're the accidental feminist.
Well, you have to tell me. You tell me how to reach out. Seriously.
First send me the money, and I'll make sure it gets.
Okay. Hey, we'll split it. I'm all over hair. I'm about that.
No one said hair, but I'm with you, sis.
We will create a Sharon Needles product. We will create a Sharon Needles something. You'll have to tell us what, but we will. I know we're out of time, but will you please come back?
I feel like we got nothing done.
I know, but we will. We will get more in. We will. I promise you.
I feel like we just stared at each other and went,
Well, you stared at me and made me feel good. Like I'm going to tell my husband if he doesn't write me 20 love letters and do other things, like he's done.
Well,
done.
like I always say, since you were such an icon, the only difference between Sharon Needles and Rhonda Shear is 8.5 inches.
I love you. Thank you, Sharon, so much.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. And you have to come. I love you. I love you. We continue to promote you with all of your hair.
You're watching USA Up all night.
All night. Good night, sweetheart. Oh.